Hello. Hi. Welcome. Happy Monday. New week, new drama. So much to get to, including Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, Ben and Jen, and more. I am Perez Hilton, the queen of all media, the gossip gangsta, the original influencer, and you have impeccable taste, my fam, because nobody does pop culture like I do, and I am giving you hot topics every single weekday right here on YouTube. If you can, please consider becoming a member and supporting my channel. I don't get crazy views on here, so your support helps so much. One of the great perks about signing up is that I live chat with members only every premiere. Bloop! I just turned the live chat to member only mode. Hi, Patricia. I love you all, though. I love you all. It's free to watch, okay? I get it. Not everybody can support with $5, which is what it is to become a member. It's free to like and comment after the premiere is over. So there will be a lot today that I know you're going to want to comment on, and I'm going to spill some really juicy secret tea, okay? Just between us. But I'll save that because I want some more people to tune into the live. So let's work up our way to that story and start with something lighter that's also music related. Let us rewind it back to, what year was that? I don't know, like a decade ago. One Direction. They were massive. Hi, MK. Hey, CC Wit. They were the biggest thing in music for several years. And if you don't remember, Simon Cowell didn't just discover One Direction, he also put them together. They were contestants on the X Factor UK, and he conceived of that group with Nicole Scherzinger. She does not get enough credit for One Direction. Like, I remember that video of her, like, doing the, Nicole Scherzinger also played an instrumental role in the history of One Direction. So Simon was just asked about that band and about that period of time, and he talked about his big regret. Simon Cowell regrets that he no longer owns the name One Direction. He does not have the rights to the name. The boys do. My thought is, hi, Adam, back in the day, because One Direction was so massive, they probably had a really crappy deal, and they all banded together to demand more money and more rights, and they probably got the name of their band. So that means that because Simon doesn't own the name One Direction, he can't profit off them anymore. He can't release One Direction merch, or the example he gave was like a cartoon. Apparently he thinks a One Direction cartoon is a really good idea. So he's not able to do any of that because he doesn't own the rights to the name. The boys do. As if he didn't already profit off them enough. He made untold millions of dollars from One Direction, and they were in that crappy deal for a very long time, Ryan Robinson, and he regrets letting them have the name. Well, you shouldn't have let them have the name then, and then they probably would have just broken up earlier. Rude. All right, in other music-related news, from one mogul to another, Scooter Braun has announced that he is retiring as a music manager. In a very lengthy social media post, he shared the news saying that he wants to focus on his family because being a manager is too all-consuming for him. And I get it, that is accurate. Being a music manager is a very thankless job. Like, sure, you get to be involved with really creative people, and you get to make good money if the artist becomes big or is big. But artists are divas and often irrational and have high expectations of their managers. You have to really be on call at all times for them and for drama. And you guys don't really realize what happens behind the scenes in the music industry. There is drama all the time. We'll talk about it in a minute when we get to our next story. And I really want your feedback. So, he waxed poetically about all the good times he had with all of his clients and threatening us, no, I'm only kidding, reminding us that he's not going anywhere. Just because he will no longer be working as a music manager doesn't mean he is retiring permanently. He will still be working in the music industry, retaining his title as CEO of Hybe, that Korean powerhouse K-pop company. He is CEO of that. And I actually mentioned recently that Ariana partnered with Hybe. And, he's still continuing to have relationships with some of these clients that he used to manage. And he's a good manager, but he also got lucky and worked hard. And I think what really took Scooter Braun to that next level was he was the first music manager to harness the power of social media personally, not just for his artists, but for himself also. He strategically made himself a quasi-celebrity, which is a little odd, and I guarantee it was a source of friction with some of his clients for sure, because most music managers are happily behind the scenes. But Scooter Braun loved being front and center. He purposefully and calculatedly made himself part of the story through social media, and also used his own social reach to help his artists. So smart, strategic, effective, and along the way made a lot of enemies, like Taylor Swift, whom he indirectly mentioned in his massive farewell post about being a music manager. Let me read to you the part about Taylor. He says, "There has been a lot said about what is happening in our company and in my career. When we had success, I smiled. And when we were attacked, I always tried to take the high road. But for the last 3 years, I have begun to feel that taking the high road has created confusion and ambiguity as to who we are." Why do you think you were getting those attacks, Scooter Braun? I wish him well, I've dealt with him many times in the past. I don't think he's an awful human being, and hopefully this really is an opportunity for him to be more present and a better father for his children. So, mazel. And Taylor Swift has the last laugh. All right, y'all. Some of you might have seen the video that I posted shortly before going live today. I also did not want to lead with this because if people are still watching, you are my crew. You are, faithful. Ryan, I think the different colors just mean how long you've been a member for. So it just denotes the length of time. I did have a good Father's Day, Osfly girl. So I'm going to reveal the subject of the video that I posted earlier today because this is our safe space. And I know that we can keep this in our circle, okay? Just between us. The video that I posted was about some drama with pop girls fighting. There is rumor, word on the streets, that Dr. Luke has produced a single, a song for a pop girl. Kesha heard that rumor and she took to Twitter and literally, like just an hour ago, she wrote LOL. And that's all that she wrote. Many of you remember that Kesha was involved in a years-long legal battle with Dr. Luke. She alleged that he R-worded her, essayed, took advantage of her, and he denied that. And then he ended up suing her for defamation and libel and blah, blah, blah. And it went on for years until they literally settled just before the trial was set to begin. Years later, and probably millions of dollars in legal fees. So the rumor is that Dr. Luke has reunited with Katy Perry and had a hand in her new comeback single. If you remember, Dr. Luke was responsible for almost all of Katy Perry's early hits. And then she stopped working with him and stopped having hits. I think the last hit that Katy Perry had was 7 years ago. 7 years ago? I remember that because I was in Israel that summer. I went to Pride there. I was a grand marshal. I think her last hit was Chained to the Rhythm. I remember that was a top 10. Here, let's look. Katy Perry Billboard chart history. Let's see. God, wow. This is bananas. I mean, this is bananas. Katy Perry has 9 number 1 songs and 14 top 10 hits. Bonkers. That's massive. That's so impressive. But let's see here, the last one. Is 22 considered? No, I would consider 22 not a hit. It has to be within the top 20 at least. But that was in 2019. She did Con Calma with Daddy Yankee. Okay. Oh, this song was a kind of hit? That's crazy. Do you guys remember that Never Really Over song? Never really over, never. That got to number 15 in 2019. It's like a baby hit, a moderate hit. But I think that might be her last top 20 song. Yeah. Never Really Over was her last top 20 song in 2019. And yes, Chained to the Rhythm was, let me see here. What number did it reach? Number 4. That's impressive. That's definitely a hit. So my question to you all is, if true, if the rumors are correct, do you all think that Katy Perry working with Dr. Luke, allegedly, could derail her comeback plans? Do the masses care? Or do they just care that it's a hit? You want to know the okay, we're being really honest. Let me actually show you the photo that Katy used to promote her new song. I saw this and I got so hype. Oh my God, look at that. Almost 40. She turns 40 in October. She had a baby come out of that. And yes, this is photoshopped, but it looks amazing, KT32. She looks amazing, even with Photoshop. I will answer that in a second, Cece. Actually, I'll answer it right now. I agree with both of you. I agree with KT32, and I also agree with MK. Here's what I mean. I think if the song's a hit, it'll be a hit. But I also think that there's a possibility that this story that I told you first could go viral, especially if it is true. And it could get a lot of attention, negative attention, and it could set the tone. And Katy needs everything to line up for her to have a hit, because she's not had a hit in 7 years, and she's tried. She's released a lot of singles since 2019, since 2017, her last real hit, that top 15 song in 2019, whatever. She needs all of the stars to line up. She needs all of the ducks in a row. And this could hurt in some way. It could actually, maybe Apple Music and Spotify might think twice about playlisting, because streaming is so important. But I don't know. If it's a hit, it's a hit. The question, though, is it a hit? I was so hyped after seeing that photo, and then she posted a teaser of the song. I think it's short enough that I can get away with just playing it. So let's listen to this teaser. Okay. So intelligent. She is heaven sent. So soft, so strong, sexy, confident, so intelligent. She is heaven sent. So soft, so strong, sexy, confident, so intelligent. She is heaven sent. So soft, so strong. Okay. I am shockingly disappointed for so many reasons that I can articulate. I know it's just a snippet, but why even release the snippet if it's not fire? That snippet is not fire. That snippet, the lyrics are giving me cheese. It's so cheesy, sexy. The lyrics are underwhelming / cheesy / cringe. The production feels dated, especially when you compare it to what's popping right now. The queen of 2024 is Sabrina Carpenter, and her songs sonically sound 2024. Sonically, this song sounds like it's dated. It doesn't sound like where pop is this year. And that's fine. You know, I don't want her necessarily to sound like everybody else. It doesn't feel fresh. So the lyrics are cringe. It feels dated. And like she can sing. Like, why does it's just so much auto-tune. An unnecessary amount of auto. She's drowning in auto-tune. And I get it. It's an artistic choice, okay? Blah, blah, blah. I don't like that artistic choice. I don't like it. Charlie XCX has already got the market covered on unnecessary auto-tune. Yes, absolutely, Ryan. It sounds robotic. And listen, Sabrina Carpenter uses auto-tune also, but at least not to the point where she's drowning. You know, it's not a sea of auto-tune. So we'll see. We'll see. Adam, yeah. Well, I like the new Megan songs. I actually like the Camila song too. I think I've only heard one. But this is not looking good for our girl Katy. And I like her. I'm rooting for her. All right. I have a really great question and topic of discussion for us all. You might have heard Ben Affleck did not celebrate Father's Day with his wife. It's reported that Jennifer Lopez was in New York over the weekend. And Ben Affleck instead was at his ex-wife, Jennifer Garner's house. Jennifer Lopez, though, did pay tribute to Ben Affleck on her IG story, calling him our hero. Our hero. He's your kid's hero too? Isn't that insulting to their father, Mark Anthony? Or, I mean, I don't know. And a few years ago, Jennifer Lopez called A-Rod her hero too. She literally used the hero line on A-Rod also. I guess Jennifer Lopez is easily impressed. But I think that was nice, okay? You know, she wanted a big public display of love for her husband, for him, and for the world. You know, she's still trying. They're still trying. I get that. I respect that. But why did he go to Jennifer Garner's house? It was Father's Day. I would think what's the norm and customary of divorced couples that have been divorced for a while is that the father gets his children on Father's Day. Then could have done whatever he wanted with his kids on his day. But no, he went and celebrated Father's Day at Jennifer Garner's house. Os Fly Girl, Jennifer Garner could have dropped the kids off at his house. They could have taken a Lyft or an Uber or whatever. Yes, Jen Garner does have a boyfriend. And the boyfriend allegedly is annoyed at the Ben Affleck of it all. My question is Jennifer Garner spends a lot of time with Ben Affleck. She's been spotted at his house, blah, 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 blah. Is he still her problem? Should she let him go? Is she too invested in helping him? They're not married anymore. Yeah, he's still the father of her kids, but is he her problem? Should she keep trying so hard? I say no. He's JLo's problem or his own problem. He's responsible for himself. He's an adult. I love her. If I was a heterosexual man, Jennifer Garner is the kind of woman that I would want to marry. I think. She seems perfect on paper. Oh God, this is just I don't have any info. This is just my opinion based on what I perceive, and it could be absolutely wrong. But Jennifer Garner gives me the vibes that she's really boring in bed. She's like basic missionary type gal and just that, and not often, and she's very vanilla. And if you want like a non-platonic partner, that's fine. If you want a platonic partner, that's fine. But, you know, for me, I think you need a healthy sex life, not a sexy health life. I think you need a healthy sex life if you really want it all, right? Like, you want to be more than just friends. You want to be intimate partners and lovers and friends and all of it. And and it's fine if you're asexual or just not very sexual, which is the vibe I get from Jennifer Garner. That's fine. There are other people who are like that as well, and hopefully you find somebody like that. For me, I want to be with somebody that I can be best friends with and sexually compatible with and have an exciting, active sex life. I don't even know why that just came out of me, but it did. And I stand by it, y'all. All right, the next presidential debate is going to be, the first presidential debate is going to be next week. And shockingly, Donald Trump agreed to some surprising rules for the debate. For example, there will be no audience, which is fine. No notes. Okay, no notes. No help from aides during commercial breaks. And this is the most surprising one, no interrupting. If one of the presidential candidates interrupts the other, the interrupter's microphone will be muted. You know Trump agreed to it, but he's going to change his mind because what does he have to lose? He's so damn loud. Even if they mute his microphone, Biden's microphone will probably still pick him up and he'll still be heard. Hilarious. And of course, I will be watching. What else do we have here? Oh God, Army Hammer, ridiculousness. Army Hammer, I don't think he learned much over the last few years. Army Hammer gave a new interview on this podcast where he basically called the allegations against him outlandish and hilarious. And it's clear that he doesn't have a team working with him because that's not how to respond to everything that happened against him. He was accused of the R word and SA and all of that. He could have said, even if they're not true in his eyes, he could have said the allegations were incredibly hurtful and not true and blah, 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 blah. But, at least he says this has brought him closer to his children, and I really feel for his kids because they're going to be reading all of this when they're older. Congratulations to Nick Jonas. He is heading to Broadway in the spring of 2025. He will be starring in the Broadway debut of this iconic musical, The Last 5 Years, from one of my favorite modern composers, Jason Robert Brown. Some TV news. Jimmy Kimmel apparently is not going to renew his contract, blah, blah, blah. Oh, God. Too much to talk about today. We talked on my podcast about Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn. Joe Alwyn very tactfully responded to some Taylor Swift questions in this new interview over the weekend. If you Haven't heard my latest podcast yet? Please check it out and support perezpodcast.com. Congratulations to Jimmy Fallon. He has renewed his contract, the other Jimmy. He'll be on the air through 2028. Also, an update, that one Taylor Swift song that we all thought was about her is not about her, the Charlie XCX song. It's actually about Chloe Bennett, the actress. Apparently, she started dating one of the members of the 1975 who's with somebody else. Scandal, drama, and finally, let's end things on a positive note. Zac Efron was asked what his thoughts are on Ashley Tisdale and Vanessa Hudgens both being pregnant right now. And remember, Zac dated Vanessa for a very long time. He responded saying, they're going to be the best moms ever. Those girls, are you kidding me? We're going to have some fun family reunions coming up. Oh, that got me so emotional. That's it, y'all. I love you. I appreciate you. Please become a member if you can. I go live on here every weekday, Monday through Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Your support helps a lot, but if you can't, it's free to watch. Everyone can comment once the premiere is over. Hit that like button and share, and I will see you tomorrow at 7:30. Love you all. Bye.